Um, can I,
I'd like to lose my voice. I'd like to lose my eyes. I'd like to lose my hearing. I'd like to lose myself forever.
oh no.
Chi la mariterebbe, Madame Adoré? Con chi la mariterebbe? Con uno spazzacamino, Madame Adoré, con uno spazzacamino. E come la vestirebbe, Madame Adoré? E come la vestirebbe? Di stracci e di toppe, Madame Adoré, di stracci e di toppe. Uscite dal mio castello, Madame Adoré, uscite dal mio castello. Oh, quante belle figlie, Madame Adoré, oh, quante belle
What language
figlie.
is this?
So belle me le tengo, Madame Adoré, so belle me le tengo. Il re ne domanda una, Madame Adoré, il re ne domanda una. Che cosa ne vuol fare, Madame Adoré, che cosa ne vuol fare? La vuole maritare, Madame Adoré, il re ne domanda una. Che cosa ne vuol fare, Madame Adoré, che cosa ne vuol fare? La vuole maritare, Madame Adoré, la vuole maritare. Con chi la mariterebbe, Madame Adoré, con chi la mariterebbe? E come la vestirebbe, Madame Adoré, e come la vestirebbe?
What's happened? What is this place? Maybe I'm dead. I can't see any light. Maybe I am dead. I can't get up. What's going on? What's happening to me? There's no one here, but these noises. God, my head is killing me. I can't keep my eyes open.
So the game started out in medias res. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's, getting a glimpse on what this place looked like when it was still in motion operation. It's interesting, because it looks like how I'd imagine any real psychiatric hospital to be today. That was it, huh?
My medical file again. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anymore. There's only confusion. There were some who had scarcely seen me. They thought they knew me and understood what was happening to me and could decide about my life.
Okay. In case you're curious about what that hole's for, use your imagination. Actually, you don't have to use your imagination. That bowl's right there underneath it. Is there some more to the hospital we haven't been to yet? It's a lot more run down with, like, everything in rubble. A tape to listen to.
Nobody laughs in here. I mean, really laughs. Not those crazy fools who laugh because people say they're mad. I don't know why they laugh out loud. They say I'm mad too, but I never feel like laughing. People used to laugh at me, but they were right, you know? You can't always cry and people laugh when they're afraid, don't they? It happened to you, not to me. It's better that way. They do that to show they're lucky. You mustn't take offense because it's true. And deep down, it's just like pity, if you see what I mean. But then you think about your own situation, and you laugh, because you feel lucky that everything's gonna get better, that it's all shit. It's all shit, this place. You're not trying to tell me it's not true, are you? An intelligent person, educated, not like me. And if I can see it's a load of shit, just imagine how much better you understand it. No, come on. No. I feel fine here, you know? After all, I can do and say anything I want.
That's it? Well, I'm innately aware that the place is shit. Just a bunch of more rubble.
August 28th, 1942. We hereby notify you of the death of Ada T, mother of Renee T, a patient in your institution. No known relative. Sincerely yours, Onofrio P.
So she died of her illness.
In the world, nobody at all. Solitude is very strange. It muffles everything, slows it down. It's an endless scream that makes no sound. A silent scream. I can't stop looking at myself. I will never leave this place. There is nobody up there for me. These walls have become my skin, and the wretched desperation within them is my soul without a voice. Here, nobody weeps anymore. How I would love to feel life, desperation, anger. I've stopped dreaming, daydreaming, maybe even thinking. I've lived in a reality which has corroded me and has stripped me of everything, even my ability to feel pain.
Fucked up part is that accurately describes these asylums. Many of these people had nobody, just like her. Even if they did have somebody, they had nobody. So what next? So... Oh, so the game wants me to go outside, gotcha. Oh, indubitably, if it's loading. Am I still at the same place? I'm not.
May 5th, 1943.
This way.
Renee's state of health is good. She is eating and speaking. Her spatial and temporal orientation is good. Therapy suspended. December 3rd. She calmly asks if she can leave the hospital. Evaluate patient for 6 months. May 2nd, 1944. Discharge denied despite favorable psychiatric opinion. The patient has no home or means of support.
What? They were gonna let her go if she actually had anything to do?
May 4th. The reasons why discharge is impossible are explained, and this is how Renee learns of her mother's death 2 years after the fact.
Which is why correspondence stopped. So that's the mother.
May 5th. She tried to kill herself in the night by hanging herself with a sheet, saved by the nurses.
Oh, that's Renee.
Restrained to her bed, she once more tried to kill herself by suffocation. The decision has been taken to perform a transorbital lobotomy.
You know, when they said that she tried to kill herself even when she was strapped to the bed, they mentioned it immediately, but my first thought was actually, you know, they were going to do a lobotomy. That was my first thought. No. Dude, so she got depressed because her mom died, so she's trying to kill herself, so now they're going to do a lobotomy on her? Oh, the end. I just got... Oh. So this is the final cutscene. The use of lobotomy spread rapidly in Italy compared to other European countries in America. The original technique, pioneered by that guy, was performed in 1937 by that guy, who conceived the first form of transorbital lobotomy. The operation involved gaining access to the frontal lobes of the brain by sawing through the orbital bone above the eyelids, then damaging the lobes by means of an alcohol or whatever formaldehyde injection, or using a special instrument. Contrary to what was often thought, the patients did not always receive invalidating damage, although this was often the case. Moniz was awarded the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1949. This therapy gradually fell into disuse after the discovery of chlors whatever in 1951. If you know anything about the frontal lobes of the brain, you know that giving somebody a transorbital lobotomy is just fucked. And they're about to give that to her. They're about to fuck this woman's life. Not that it's not fucked already. And this shit really happened. And for reasons like this too, everything here is legitimate. Fuck you, and fuck you. I appreciate the fact that at the very least you're looking me in the eyes when you fuck me. All three of you, huh? This is gonna be a gangbang of you fucking me in the brain? Fuck you. Oh, that's her. Are they gonna show it? No! Oh, she's conscious and everything! No! And this is how they did it too! Oh my god. No, they're gonna Oh! They just fucked her. Is that the ending?
10th of June, 1944.
Fuck.
Operation successful. Patient tranquil and collaborative. Motor coordination capacity reduced, but she's improving. Transferred to the tranquil department in the care of Dr. B. 25th of October. Continues to talk about Amara and her doll, Charlotte. The disturbances of motor capacity show slight signs of improvement. Difficulty walking, not capable of riding, and the nurses report that they have to help her dress, wash, and feed herself. In the summer of 1944, Renee was transferred back into my department. Aware of little, indifferent, hardly ever spoke. One day, she said, "When I find the courage to look at myself in the mirror, I see a young face which is aged and looks at me full of fear." She is a woman now who has changed profoundly compared to the girl that I had under my care several years ago. Only the sadness of her gaze and her intelligence are unchanged. She's so young, just 23 years old, but is lacking all vitality. Perhaps her condition may improve, but probably not. Her life has been thrown away. And nobody did a thing to try to avoid this.
Of course fucking not.
So here you live above my mind. I wish you'd heard that my mind is trying to read your
Fuck.
wasn't easy for a bird. Soon I'll meet you. I'll
Fuck.
become the one you love.
They fucked her frontal lobes, her prefrontal cortex, all that. They took away everything from her. That's it. Fuck. Jesus fucking Christ.
I need a face to wear, a skin so soft to dress. Let me try you on, I'll do it gently. Don't be scared, don't fly away, our home will soon. Beware our heartbeats fight this life together.
Now, what gets to me the most is that this kind of shit really happened. Those cocksuckers took everything from her and put her into a vegetative state, in case you're unaware of the effects of that bullshit. Far as I know, those aren't even performed anymore. And for good fucking reason. Yep. And I can only tell you that I hope she died sooner than later, because her life was over. At the age of 20 fucking 3. I'll give you a hint of something that's younger than I am. Fuck. I can officially say one thing, as short as it was. This is one of the most fucked up games I've ever played. Is that the... I don't think... Normal... I don't even want to skip this, but like, is there anything can happen? It's just trees. Oh. I hope I didn't skip anything important there. Wait, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Or is that like the final cutscene? Hang on, I just want to see if that's the... Is that the final cutscene? I just want to see. If that is, I'll just skip it. I don't care anymore. Or is this like an extra thing?
My name is Renee. I was a shy girl, and I just wanted to be like the others.
This is interesting.
But that's not what happened.
Is there a movie with this or some shit?
So here you live above my mind. I wish you heard.
Oh my god, they got the layout for the fucking asylum right.
Yours and easy for a bird. Soon
Oh my fuck.
I'll become the one
I knew they got like everything accurate, but I didn't know they got... Oh my god. They got the whole fucking facility right. They didn't bullshit a fucking thing.
We're growing, so we'll have claws while looking for ourselves.
Motherfucker.
Time is endless, it could take forever. I will find you. I will find you. I will find you.
Volterra. Fuck Volterra.
I will find
Was Renee a real person then? I don't know.
I will find you. I will find you. Our home on earth.
Whoever the asshole was that's typing that shit, Dr. B or Dr. C, fuck you.
I need a face to wear, a skin so soft to dress. Let me try you on, I'll do it gently. Don't be scared, don't fly away, our home will soon. Beware our heartbeats fight this life together.
Fuck. You know, seeing this live action is kind of even more fucked up. Fuck. That's fucked. Fuck. Jesus Christ, this game. Okay, well that's fucked up. Well, all that's left is a review. Alright, time for the eventual review of this game. So, first things first for the Town of Light. I want to mention first that okay, so gameplay. I like to sometimes separate these reviews into certain categories. Um, Gameplay being one of them. I am not going to critique this game's gameplay. Reason being because this game honestly barely has any. You can walk around, you can interact with shit, and that's pretty much it. The only legitimate criticism I have, which this is like a little hair in the mesh of things, is that there's no run button or go faster button. I wish there was. And that's it. This game is not. The gameplay isn't the point of it. The story and the atmosphere are. So that's what I'm going to focus on here is the story and the atmosphere. So I've already talked about. I'm going to try to avoid talking about shit that I've already talked about in detail. But, so the Volterra, it was a real place. They used the real layout and all that, which I find it to be very interesting. They used the real layout and everything, the real facility. They used real incidents of shit that happened in this particular asylum, and they used Renee. As far as I know, Renee is not a real person. As far as I know, she was conjured. Um, but they used her as a vessel to explore the asylum, which I think is a very important lesson. Like, so a lot of what games and media, especially games, tend to do is they tend to just focus on dramatic shit, right? Whether that be dramatic action or romance or sci-fi or fantasy or wherever the fuck it may be, they tend to focus on dramatic shit, which is good. I mean, it's a fine thing. Now, movies and TV both, though, have these things that we call documentaries. Now, games unfortunately don't really have documentaries. We all know what documentaries are. They're real shit, not dramatic shit. And I'm not talking about some bullshit like reality TV. I don't give a shit about reality TV. I'm talking about actual fucking documentaries here. This game is more like a documentary than an actual game, which I'm totally fine with because you get to explore your own pace. Honestly, this game would actually it would actually do very well as a movie. The only thing about it is they'd have to change a few things once again to make it more dramatic, to make it more interesting to watch, probably. But like, this game could easily be a movie. It has about the length for it and everything. I mean, maybe shorten it up just a tad. Actually, no, they could just present the story in a more concise way. You don't have to chop away anything. This could easily be a movie. Um, but they use the real shit though. They do show how Volterra handled its shit, which was bullshit, as in like it was a shitty way of doing shit. They tried to fake shit. They put in Renee's file that Amara, or whatever her name was was a fake person, a fantasy of Renee's imagination, even though Amara was real, which means that they did in fact falsify information. So that I remember that when I was being questioned, I kind of took the middle ground because I wasn't sure. But once you find that backpack, yeah, the hospital was fucking with her because of course they were. They were keeping her away from the outside world. And then they gave her a motherfucking lobotomy. Okay, like, that's just ridiculous, dude. A girl, like, you keep a girl's mom's death away from her, secret from her, for 2 fucking years. I think it was 2 years. And then after that, when she finds out she gets suicidal, so your first reaction is to fucking give her a goddamn lobotomy? Okay, a transorbital, but okay. So, and I actually took a picture of this just just so I can have it being as exact as possible as to what a lobotomy does to a person. Okay, so because the main thing a lobotomy does is it fucks your prefrontal cortex. That's the main thing, at least the transorbital lobotomy does. So let's go ahead and I'm going to read off what the prefrontal cortex does. And the prefrontal cortex is part of the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is responsible for things like planning, and we'll get there. So here's what the prefrontal cortex does of the brain. And this is what got fucked by her lobotomy. It says It implicates in executive functions, which I think we can all assume what executive functions are. In case you can't, I don't even actually. I don't even know how to explain it. Executive functions, like doing your own shit. Oh, and actually, here we go. It's implicated in executive functions, such as planning, decision making, short term memory, personality expression, moderating social behavior, controlling certain aspects of speech and language. So, some things that'll, and now keep in mind, all that got fucked for Renee. Now, here's some shit that'll happen as a result of it getting fucked. You'll get conflicting thoughts, the inability to distinguish between good and bad, the inability to understand consequences of your actions, the inability to work towards a defined goal. So you can't like you, not only can you not you can't live for anything most likely. You can't predict shit. You have no social control whatsoever. So that holds credence back to the whole deal of like let's say fuck like if you're gonna sit there and like if you get horny, right? Let's say you randomly get horny for whatever reason, right? And let's say, I don't know, you're just sitting on a bench in the middle of a fucking park, right? Central Park in New York. You might just start masturbating all of a sudden because you're horny, right? You get what I'm saying with this? But think about it though. Decision making, fucking planning, short-term memory, personality expression, social behavior, speech, language, all of that, things that at least we as adults, at least you should be an adult if you're watching my fucking channel, but we as adults, right? Like, okay, so I'm gonna tell you one thing. So the prefrontal cortex and frontal lobe in general, prefrontal cortex is the major thing that separates children from adults, mentally speaking. In children, that part of the brain is not fully developed, which is why they're incapable of sorts of things like that. In fact, mentally speaking, people aren't full-grown adults until the age of 25, because that's when that part of the brain is fully developed. So essentially, but here's the thing though, like even without it being fully developed, you still have some functionality with it. So Renee or anybody else who ever had one of these lobotomies is like a child, but far worse, mentally speaking, like a fucking 5-year-old. Would you trust a fucking 4-year-old to do shit? Would you trust a 4-year-old or 3-year-old to tie their fucking shoes? 4-year-old maybe, probably, maybe, but would you trust a 3-year-old to tie your shoes? You know, shit like that. This is the reason why I think it was part of that cutscene. They said, they had to assist her in doing basic shit because she was incapable of doing it. Just to give the implications of how fucked that is. And they fucked her like that because they fucked her like that. Let me elaborate. They fucked her like that. They fucked her brain because they fucked her out of knowing about her mom's death. Poignant shit. So I don't really know what else to say about this because I've already critiqued pretty much everything about mental. This game's story, other than Renee, which I basically just went over, this game's story is about the asylum. I've already gone over everything about the asylum pretty much during normal gameplay. As far as Renee goes, I've already gone pretty much over everything over the course of this review and over the gameplay. So I think it's pretty much it. Yeah, not really much more to go over. So if I have, for the time being, I'm gonna give myself about 30 seconds. If I have anything else to say, I'll say it now. Okay. Well, I either said something or forever held my peace. Anyway, now one thing that I normally don't do in this game, like in games, like so one thing I don't normally do in games is I've done it a few times, but it's not a normal thing, is to grade a game, like on like a letter grading system. I'm actually gonna do that here because I think this game is that good. I genuinely enjoyed this game. It's more of a documentary than a regular game, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. because there's not a lot of light shined upon shit like insane asylums outside of maybe like a horror show like Ghost Adventures, right? Uh, so le- this game, like, if you want to play a version of this with like more gameplay and shit, Outlast 1. This game is like the real life version of Outlast 1, except Outlast 1 gets into some fantasy slash science fiction type shit, and it's like about current shit, and it exaggerates everything. But this is like real shit. OG real shit. So as far as insane asylums go, this game is better than Outlast 1. It Everything about the Volterra, pretty much, and as far as my knowledge of insane asylums goes, this game got pretty much everything accurate. I have no faults for this game. So, as far as I'm concerned, the story, can it be confusing at times? Yes, but that's intentional. An unreliable narrator. I don't know if I'm gonna give this game a letter grade. I don't know if I've given I don't even know what my highest letter grade so far has been. Probably like an A minus or B plus with regard to like Soma and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I don't remember what my grade was for Revelations 2, but I can tell you right now what my grade's gonna be for this game. 3, 2, 1. Get ready. A plus. It's short, but it doesn't need to be long. Not for the story it's telling. This game to me is a solid A plus. 100%. This game got this game aced its midterm exam. And you know what? It also aced its final too. This game got 100% across the board, except for gameplay wise, but fuck the gameplay because the gameplay isn't important. It's honestly not. The gameplay is not important in this game. Now, was there some technical issues, like a little bit of lag here and there? Yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking fault the game for that. You kidding me? But yeah, so this game gets an A plus in my journey. One last note. This game was made by LKA, which also created a new, well, it hasn't come out yet. It's creating a new game supposed to come out soon, Tormented Souls. I do intend to do Tormented Souls at some point. Hopefully soon, because hopefully it'll come out soon. But with that being said, though, I think this is about the end of this review. Um, yeah. I'm signing off here. This has been the Town of Light. Have a nice day. And keep in mind, in the back of your mind, not the front of it, how fucked life was for the patients in insane asylums everywhere, but also in Volterra, in the Italian town of Tuscany.